So welcome everyone. My name is Amy Edwards. I'm a platinum consultant. I have been in the business about 3 years now. So I am a trainer and I am a presenter. I am from Michigan, as I stated just a few minutes ago. And I absolutely love being a travel agent. And today we are going to go over how to register and use Agent Universe. So just so everybody knows, I don't use Agent Universe to do any booking. I use it more as a resource of information. And so I'm going to show you all the ways that I use it, but I encourage you, once you get registered, after I show you how to get registered, I encourage you to explore through Agent Universe and really get to know it. So I'm going to show you where they have some of the trainings and to really become familiar, because it is a great resource of information. So we do have a volunteer that is going to help us by sharing her screen so we can show you how to get registered. So first I want to show you where to go. So you are going to go into your back office. You are going to go ahead and log in, and we are going to go to the Travel Cafe. So let me get logged in here. And I'm going to leave the chat box open too, so that you guys can ask questions in the chat box, and I'll try to remember to kind of look at that and keep an eye on that chat box. Okay, so over here on the left, you are going to see the Travel Cafe, which is everything art travel related, and from Archer Travel is always going to be in the Travel Cafe. So if you don't know how to register for the suppliers, please make sure you reach out to your mentor, because that's a really great piece of information you are going to need to be able to register for any of the vendors and suppliers. So we're going to go to the Travel Cafe. On the left again, you are going to go to the suppliers option. And for this one, because I am in the US, I'm going to use USA suppliers. I'm going to go ahead and click that. I like to look at this as kind of an index card for all of these suppliers that we have access to that are considered to be the preferred suppliers with Archer Travel. Obviously, we have access to hundreds of them, but these are the preferred main suppliers. And so Archer Travel has given just a little information. It's listed in alphabetical order here about each one of the suppliers, how to get registered, what information to provide, and some contact information. So we are going to go ahead and go into Agent Universe. We'll get that opened. Each one of these are going to give you a little information about that specific supplier. So Agent Universe is a wholesaler. You can get access to a lot of the suppliers through Agent Universe, but again, I don't personally do any bookings through Agent Universe. I'm not saying you cannot, I just don't, and I don't have any experience. And I like to use it as a resource of information, and then I'll go to that vendor or supplier directly. I do use the quick reference guide quite often. I think it's a really helpful resource. So you can download and use that. Of course, the commissions, it's going to be it varies depending on the supplier that you actually use. Once you get access, here is the access to that portal for Agent Universe. Agent Universe also has an agent profiler, and they are operated by Travel Leaders Network. Travel Leaders Network is our consortium. So if you're ever asked for what consortium or what consortia that you are a part of, I always use Travel Leaders Network, or TLN. Here is the contact info for Agent Universe if you ever need any help. And then of course over here is going to be how to register, as well as some different options that you have. Of course, that there's a quick reference card. You can use logos. You can learn about the branding. I really like the weekly newsletter that you get from Roger Block. Gives a lot of great information and helps you keep up to date in the travel industry. And then any training and events, I'll show you how to access the events and the calendar. So I'm going to go ahead and put this link in the chat box, Stephanie, so that you can use this. And when you are ready, you can go ahead and share your screen. So this is the link that you guys are going to click on to be able to get registered. So let me go ahead and enable. Okay, good. We are on enable share screen. So Stephanie, when you are ready, you can use that link and share your screen. It does take up to about 4 days to get access through Archer Travel, and they will email you once you have gotten your access.
It's not allowing me to share my screen. It's saying you cannot share screen while the other participant
Oh.
is sharing.
Yeah, that's true. Let me go ahead and stop that. All right, go ahead. You can share your screen now. All right, so you're going to fill in this general information, your email address and confirm, and then you're going to create a password. Of course, making sure you have an uppercase and a number and a special character. Agent Universe or Agent Profiler, they do have you change your password quite often, so just make sure you're prepared for that. And then you're going to fill in your personal information here. So it's going to ask for your first name, last name. In the title, you can click that drop down box. There are a couple different options there. I believe, yeah, the independent contractor is the one that I use because you are an independent agent of Archer Travel. Travel Institute certification, you can go ahead and click that drop down. You don't have any of those certifications. You don't need those continuing education credits unless you do have a degree in hospitality that you keep updated, so you can leave that blank. The cruise certification, you can go ahead and click that if you'd like. If you have, oh no, this one isn't the CLIA. So that one I also left empty. For the phone number, you are going to put in your number. And then the agency location, I just left that as is because that is already pre-filled in. And then registered to sell in Canada, I leave that blank, or licensed. And then register as an independent contractor, I did click that box. And then you're going to go ahead and hit create account. All right, so now this is where they're going to send that information to Archer Travel, and then Archer Travel is going to email you within 4 business days. Make sure to always check your spam or your junk folder, okay? And as soon as you get that, you'll be able to have full access to Agent Profiler and Agent Universe. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for sharing your screen. If you'd like to stop sharing, then we can get started. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and access mine. And again, I just used the link to that portal that once you're signed up, you can click on that link and be redirected. All right, so this here is Agent Universe. This is your main screen. Looks a lot like most of our vendors. It has, you know, marketing. It has some different options in here, training and events, resources for travel agents. There really is a ton of information. We could be on this training for hours and not even get through probably half of the information that they have provided. So when you have time, as I said before, I encourage you to go through and look at all that they have to offer. I'm going to go through a few of these options and some of the things that I use. And then at the end, I'm going to show you how to set up your agent profiler because Agent Universe is the way of getting leads. So setting up your agent profiler is going to help you to be able to do that. On your main screen are some quick links that you can use. They have some different promotions through some of the different suppliers. So you can always look in there. You can see all of the trainings, which I'm going to show you how to access. And we are going to go through a couple of these options as well. The first thing I want to show you is going to be the preferred suppliers. I think this is really helpful because, as I said, Archer Travel gives you links to their preferred suppliers, but it's not links and information to all of the suppliers available. So in Agent Universe, if you go to the preferred suppliers tab and you search from A to Z, you're going to be able to see a pretty large list of all of the travel, not all of them, but a pretty large list of providers that are available to, I'm sorry, preferred suppliers and vendors that are available to travel agents. So many of them you're going to recognize, but some of them are going to be a little bit new to you. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of scroll through here and look for one that I can show you is kind of like one that we already have access to. All right. All right, so let's go through here. Let me show you, we'll use Vacation Express as an option. So once you click on those and it opens up to their tab, it's going to tell you how you can register for that supplier. Remember to always look at the Travel Cafe first for Archer Travel's directions on how to register. And then if it's not listed there, you can come to Agent Universe and you can look at the directions. So again, it's going to show you the commissions. It's going to show you the booking procedures. It's going to show you how to get registered, what they offer. If there are any trainings that they have, you can scroll through. It's going to show you how to order brochures, which I think is really, really helpful. How to brand yourself or what some options that they have that are unique to travel agents, as well as the destinations that you can book with. So Agent Universe is a really good resource looking, searching by destination. So if you have somebody come to you and they want to go to Turks and Caicos and you want to know all the vendors that are available for Turks and Caicos, you can actually search by those destinations. So that is super helpful and something that Agent Universe has for you. So that's how you can access the different preferred suppliers. As I said, you can look at domestic destinations and searching, or you can search just from the A to Z or category. They have an agency ops, which are just some information or provided to agencies. You won't use a whole lot of this. A lot of this is for Archer Travel, but these, you're free to look through here and see what's available. Training and events. So they're a little bit picky on how they do their trainings and how you can register for their training. So I always like to show everybody exactly how to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the training and events. And when you click on the education, I'm sorry, when you click on the tab, oh, I guess I'm going to have to go back to the home page. So in order to access the recorded trainings for Agent Universe, if you scroll down here on this main business page, you are going to have to open up TLN library. So before you can access any trainings, you have to have this open in the background. Otherwise, when you go to register or access for any trainings, it's going to want your Travel Leaders Direct login, which you don't have. So you're always going to access it through Agent Universe. So the first thing I always do when I open up Agent Universe is I open that up to stay in the background. And now we're going to go to the training and events, and we are going to go to the education calendar. Many of these trainings may already be listed on your team's daily training schedule. But if not, you can go through and you can register for any of these trainings. They're typically listed about 30 to 60 days in advance. So here is the entire training calendar, and these are trainings directly through Travel Leaders Network, Agent Universe, or sometimes even through that supplier directly. So I'm going to give you an example of how to register. One thing that I want to point out is Agent Universe participates with the education portion. So if you have a degree in hospitality or in travel, they actually have some paid trainings as well. Or if you want to get your CTC certifications, you can get those paid certifications through Agent Universe, but they are not required. So if ever you open up one of these trainings and it says that there is a fee, just exit out of that one and don't attend that one. There's usually about 2 or 3 a month that do have a fee associated, but there are plenty of them that do not have that fee that is associated. So coming up, let's see, we will do on the 28th. So coming up on the 28th is Four Seasons Hotels and Resorts. We're going to go ahead and click on that to open. And then I am going to have to kind of finagle how my screen shares because it opens up into a new screen. So you are going to then see this screen where it's going to tell you what the training is, what time it is, and it'll list the time zone. And then it'll tell you a little information about the training and then the link that you're going to click to register. Once you register for the training, it's going to go to your email with the direct link to access. I usually tell people to make sure you register at least a day in advance because sometimes those emails or those links to get connected can be delayed. So if you're waiting until, just 30 minutes before the training, you may miss it. So that's how you register for the trainings that they have available. Anybody have any questions so far on how to register for those? You just want to make sure that you have that TLN library open in the background. If you see any trainings, like let's say you missed the Villas of Distinction training and you really want to see that training, you can go into here into the library. You can use the search feature and you can look for that recorded training. So those recorded trainings are going to be available to you. You can see it in the onboarding sessions. You can see it in all the categories as well. So in all of these categories, there are a ton of recorded trainings that are available to you. One thing that I'm going to point out, and you're going to use this a little later, is the one that I have kind of pinned here, and you can use your search feature, is increasing your leads with the agent profiler. So you're going to want to write that down in your notes as soon as you get that agent profiler set up. If you'd like to do that while we're doing this training or after we're done, this is a really good opportunity to get some leads and some resources for some client travel bookings. All right, so that's how you access all of those trainings. Again, they have a few other options. You can look at some events that are coming up. There are exclusive educational trips, which are kind of like fam trips, but you can see all of the information regarding those as well. Some different resources they have for travel agents. You can get incentives and offers, planning tools, travel tips, agent discounts and FAMs. All of these are available in here as a resource to you. And then any news and any public relations information, as well as that the Rogers weekly information that you get via email, so their newsletter. You can register for that here. One thing that I use Agent Universe for a lot is their marketing. They have an amazing marketing portion. So I'm going to go ahead and click on their marketing. And I am going to show you, see how they have all these different options where you can get brochures. One thing that they do have is the email marketing. So you can do direct mail, email marketing. You also get a discount through their marketing programs. I've never used the ads on hold, but Constant Contact is a really good email marketing resource. You can use Constant Contact as a really good source if you are mentoring or team building, as well as with travel sales. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the social media portion of the marketing. I know a lot of us kind of struggle with the social media portion and finding good content to post and making sure that our social media is active. And that is super important as a travel agent. So this kind of gives you resources on what to post on social media. So a lot of you are probably already using BranchUp, and BranchUp automatically posts to your social media accounts. But Agent Universe gives another resource, which is information in addition to BranchUp. So on their social media page, you are going to see where you can access a ton of trainings with the training library. You can follow them on social media. I know every time that I share anything from Agent Universe, they usually like that post on social media. So that's kind of neat. I'm going to show you how to look at the social media calendar. They're going to have a bunch of trainings listed. So emerging trends on Facebook, creating Facebook ads, Instagram, maximizing your social media. These are all very up to date and very good trainings using the social media. Let's see, they have hashtag ideas. So Monday, they have Monday Blues, Tuesdays, Travel Tuesdays. So you can incorporate these hashtags and these themes that are for every day into your social media plan. And then as you scroll down, it's how to. So how do you use the different platforms? How do you use them for business? How do you use them for travel? How do you, do lives or stories? So all those different trainings. They've even added how to use TikTok, how to use Twitter. A lot of people don't use Twitter, but these are different things that you can learn about within social media. You have scheduling platforms. So they use Hootsuite and Later. There are a ton of scheduling platforms that you can use. A lot of us are familiar with Canva and of course with Bitly to shorten any links. So I'm going to let you know where you can find this recording as well. And then any toolkits. So you have a ton of access to social media trainings and the way you can advance your business on the social media platform. One thing that I use, and again, I went to marketing, and then I scrolled down and clicked on social media, which brought me to this page. One thing that I use all the time is their social media calendar. I'm going to go ahead and open that up and show you what that looks like. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen here and see if that'll pop up so I don't have to keep doing it back and forth. Okay, so on the social media calendar, as you can see here, they have an entire month calendar. Every day, they have an idea for something that you can share on social media. So as an example, remember I told you about those hashtags, the Monday Blues. So on March 6th, and again, you can see this in advance, so you can plan this on your social media 30 days in advance if you'd like. So on the 6th, they have Monday Blues. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on that. I just want to make sure that you can see that screen. Okay, good. So you're going to click on that and it's going to show what it suggests for you to post. So on here, here's your social media for Monday, March 6th. And then here is a photo. So it says a vacation is calling. You have a caption and it includes the hashtags. So what I would do is I would save this to my computer and I would copy this caption and then I would upload the photo and the caption to my social media account. If you're using Facebook business page and you're using the Meta Suite, you can actually schedule these out in advance, or you can use their suggestions such as Hootsuite and Later. Planable is another good one that you can look into so that you can maybe spend 1 or 2 days a month and schedule out your entire month of social media posts. So that's an example of the photos or the hashtags that they use. As you can see, Wedding Wednesday is going to be a lot like the same. So there's going to be, I apologize, I didn't make that so large. There is going to be a photo that they give you. And then under that photo, it's going to be a caption. All right, something else that they have are promos. So Norwegian Cruise Line has a promo. You just click on the promo. It's going to bring you up to this connection, this calendar event. And then you're going to be able to click here and you're going to be able to see the promotion that's available. So then you can post that promotion or you can schedule it to post on the 9th. Or you can come in here every day in the morning and then you can post these. So they have promotions or deals, and then they also have blogs. So you can share blogs from other people. And again, you just go in, you open up that blog, you click their link to the blog, and then you can share that blog. So it's not always photos. It's not only the sales or the deals. It's also blogs. It's also, travel tips. There's so many different things that they provide to you. They list holidays a lot of the times. So you can get the holidays in there. I really like the Friday finds. They usually get quite a bit of engagement. So you're going to be able to use quite a few of these. Any questions on the social media portion? And you can share these to any of your social media pages.
Hi, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, when you were talking about the blog post or the promos, I tried this before and it didn't give me a link to share it, and it said something, and I can't remember what it said. But do you have to do the profiler portion of it first for the blogs
Yes.
to share? Okay.
Yes,
So that's
thank
why I
you for
was
bringing
okay.
that up. So
You're welcome.
once your profiler is published, which I'm going to show you in just a few minutes, you are then going to have access to the blogs and the different promos. And if at
Okay.
any time you cannot get access to that, sometimes you can, I know for a little while I couldn't get access to the trainings. And so I just called Agent Universe and they were able to help me in just a few minutes. So anytime you can't get access or you can't quite figure it out, they are very helpful. Okay, so that's kind of the marketing portion. There is a lot more marketing materials on there, but it gives you a really good start and then you can kind of expand from there. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the home page. There's something else I always like to show because it's super helpful. So if you have anybody come to you and they say, all right, I would love to take a cruise. I don't care which cruise line. I just want to go to maybe go to the Caribbean and I would like to have, a 3 or 4 day cruise. They have a very nice resource called Cruise Pro. And what Cruise Pro does, it allows you to put in some search parameters and it will search for cruises across almost all of the cruise lines. So you're not going to have to go into each individual cruise line vendor to look for the cruises because you're going to be able to see them kind of collectively here. One suggestion I do say is don't put in too many search parameters on your first search, because if you put in too many, it won't find any. So I'm going to go in here and I am just going to choose, let's see. I am going to choose the Caribbean. And of course, you can go into detail for Western, Eastern, or the Southern Caribbean, but I'm just going to go with the Caribbean. And then I am going to do 3 to 5 nights. I'm going to keep it very, very simple. Eleanor, so you can look me up. My YouTube is Sunset Dreams Travel, and I'm going to post it on there. So I'll make sure that your teams get it, or you let your mentor know, they'll get that recording for you. All right, so I put in the Caribbean, I put 3 to 5 days, and as you can see, it's bringing up Royal Caribbean. As I scroll down a little bit more, or even to the next page, see how it got a lot of results because my search was so broad. I made sure that I didn't do too many search features, because over here on the right, I can now add more search functions. So let's say they also only want to go, we'll say in June. So I'm going to reduce it from June 1st to, I'm going to do it from June 1st till June 30th. I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And then it's going to change some of my search. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say, you know what? They actually only want to leave from Miami. So as I get in here and start to see the result, I can definitely narrow down these results. And you're going to see now you have Royal Caribbean, you have Norwegian, you have Carnival Cruise Line. You can also see the starting prices. So you can kind of compare and say, okay, Carnival is going to be a little lower on the expenses. It's going to be a little more budget friendly. But let's say their budget is a little higher or they want a little more kind of a nicer cruise line. Then you can see that Royal Caribbean is a little bit higher from there. Obviously, this isn't the exact price because there's so many different options with cruise lines, but this gets you a really good start. And again, you can see here that you can book it through Agent Universe. I usually will find one that I really like, and then I will go, let's say, to Royal Caribbean, and I'll look for this exact cruise. So that is super helpful using that Cruise Pro to be able to look at more than one cruise line at once. Any questions about using the Cruise Pro? All right. So the next thing I want to show you now is Agent Profiler. Before I actually click in there and show you how to use it, I want to show you the different levels to Agent Profiler. So I'm going to go ahead and go to marketing, and then I'm going to click on Agent Profiler. So Agent Profiler is like the basic. It's the free version, gives you basic resources, and allows you to have your own website through the Travel Leaders Network. So you can use their SEO marketing, and that's kind of how you get those leads. This is the very basic version, okay? Now, they also have a Profiler Plus and a Super Agent. So Profiler Plus, once you get more reviews, once you attend a few trainings, you can get the Profiler Plus. The nice thing is that the Profiler Plus is actually free through December. So the more levels that you get to, and it's going to tell you the requirements for the Profile Plus, but the more levels that you get to, the more leads that you are going to get. The nice thing also is, how many of you have a hard time writing your own bio? You have a hard time talking about yourself? They actually have a free service that'll write a bio for you. It writes a professional bio. So all you'll have to do is email profilewriter@travelleaders.com. They're going to send you a little questionnaire. You're going to fill out that questionnaire. And then after you fill out that questionnaire, they're actually going to write a bio for you. They did one for me, and it was about 10 paragraphs. So it was a very extensive bio. And I could pick and choose and get 4 or 5 different bios for different platforms out of it. So they did a very nice job, and that service is completely free. You can view simple itineraries on Travel Leaders Network once you get to the super agent. So you can, look through all of the availability for those super agents. And as you can see, it's free until December 31st, 2023. After the Profiler Plus, they have that super agent option. So that's as you get more advanced, and after you help a few clients. In here it says 15 customer reviews, 4 bios. You need a photo album, a travel story, and a map. And it's going to show you how to do all of that. And you are going to be able to get that super agent. So I encourage you guys to go into the training. There is a training on the Agent Profiler. There is a training on Profiler Plus and the Super Agent, and a way to maximize getting those leads. And again, it's a completely free service. So if you guys are all wondering where I can get leads from, this is a great resource. All right, so now we are going to look at the actual Agent Profiler. So once you get into Agent Universe, if you click over here on the right in the quick links, you can click on the Agent Profiler and it's going to bring up a new screen. This is the screen where you are going to begin to build your profile. Now this one is just my general profiler. I am working on my Super Agent, but I want to show you how to fill this out. So of course you're going to fill out all your contact information. It's going to have you add a bio, add your photos, and then you are going to fill in your special interest. Now, when you click on edit interest, open that up, it's going to look like this, and you're going to check off any of the interests that you have. Next to each of the interests, there's going to be a box that opens, and you want to make sure you explain why you have an interest or what your experience is. So for example, accessible travel, research and ensure special travel arrangements, adult only. I have a specialization in all-inclusive resorts with, or all-inclusive adult only resorts. Let's see, what's another one? Disney. I have my Disney certification, so I put that in there. I have a travel booking for destination weddings. That's my experience there. So you're just going to fill in your different experiences. As soon as you check one off, it's going to open up one of those boxes, and they want to make sure that you fill that in, why you feel that you have the experience to book that type of travel. And then once that is done, you're going to save your changes. Now, once you save your changes, it's going to go under the pending portion. It takes about 1 or 2 days, and then it's going to move to approved. I've personally never seen any that go to not approved. If that does happen, I would encourage you to call Agent Profiler and see why that may have happened. You do the exact same thing with the destinations. You're going to choose the different destinations, and then you're going to give just a brief description on why you chose that destination, as well as the different supplier partners. Susan, you don't need to have that direct experience. It's a really good question. So before you choose these, you don't have to have that direct experience. But it's nice if you've maybe done a quote, or if you have taken the training. You can't just say, I'm working on get my certification, or I have, done research on Jamaica, or I'm training and certified in Jamaica. And I have, as I said, I have 33 here, I have 48 here. You do not need to have that many. You can definitely narrow down your niche or your specialty and just focus on what you specialize in. There are a lot of people with agent profilers that, only specialize in Disney or only specialize in cruises. And so those are the leads that you're going to get. Whatever you put here are the leads that you are going to get. And then you do have to have at least one review to be published. So you can share this with your mentor, with your fellow agents on your team. You can share this with any clients that you've booked with. Your key and your goal is to get at least 15 reviews. Once you get these filled in and approved, once you get at least one review and all of this filled in, you are then going to see where it says your profile is currently, it's going to show anywhere from 10 to 90%. You then have to take a screenshot. So you're going to take a screenshot of all of this, and you are going to send that screenshot via email to Archer Travel. So it is markb@archertravel.com. And then Archer Travel is going to review it. They are going to make sure everything listed is accurate. And then they are going to let Agent Universe know that you should be at 100%. And then it takes about 24 hours after that for your site to be published. So let me go in here and let me show you what that looks like. All right, let me see. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and look at my profiler on the national website. You can actually now, they just started where you can set up a link that is unique to you. So up here at the top, it doesn't have to be the numbers now. You can set it up for you. So then you have your own site. So when people search for a travel agent in any of the specialties that you have listed, they're going to be able to email you or call you. They're going to be able to see your certificates and awards and any reviews that you have. Any questions on setting that up? So before anyone can search Travel Leaders Network, or when they Google, Travel Leaders Network is a very large organization. So when people Google a Disney travel agent, almost every time you're going to see something pop up with Travel Leaders Network, and you want it to be your profile. So you want to make sure that you are at 100% and your profiler is published. Yes, you do have to have at least one review before it'll be published. And it'll show you in the directions for Agent Profiler. And then I want you guys, after you get it published, to go in and watch that training on how to maximize your leads using Agent Profiler. Because if you follow along with that, you should have no trouble getting some leads. Any questions so far? All right, so now I want to show you where to find this training. So I'm going to show you on my YouTube channel. I also list a few other trainings. So make sure you subscribe and you ring the bell for those different trainings. I just went to Emily Jimenez. I'm so used to typing that in. All right, Sunset Dreams Travel. Right here is my logo. And there you go. So if everyone could subscribe as soon as I end this recording, I will upload it and then you will get notified as soon as this is posted and you can share this training with your teams. So I think I've showed you everything, well, the highlights, I should say, about Agent Universe. I know there are a lot of different options that they have. There are a lot of training options. You know, I go in here a few days a week. I really, really like the way the Agent Profiler is set up. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Thank you so much for attending. And if you have any questions, feel free to stay on and I will definitely help you out with your questions.